Hare Krishna, Jaya Sila here.
And Hare Krishna, Vimala here.
Hey, we wanted to talk to you about a link that I received during the week. It's interesting. Actually, I got lots of links. Someone sent me a link to a marriage counselor, presenter person, and he was very prolific. He sent one link and then another. I think maybe I had about 25 different videos that he'd put together. And I noticed one of them, it sort of resonated a little bit, and I thought, oh, maybe I should check that out just to see what other people are presenting. And the subject he was presenting, he called it manipulating to get what you want. If you want your wife to do what you want or your husband to do it, here's how you do it. And here's how you manipulate the situation. And I thought, ooh, it's got a...
The word didn't sit very well, did it? Manipulate.
Yeah, and I when I looked at it, I saw it was something similar to our fifth drop, which is...
Energize each other. Energize what you want more of.
When we see a small amount of success in a certain area, we talk about energy. So, is that not manipulation?
Could sound like it, couldn't it? And then we thought about the word manipulate, and I was saying to my husband, it's actually quite a neutral word. It's not necessarily a negative word, although, in a lot of contexts it could be seen like that. So we looked it up, and it was something about the definition, skillful handling of an object or a situation. I thought of manipulatives in the classroom where we have with the young children. And so we realized it's not necessarily a negative thing.
And then you remember you were talking about Jayananda Prabhu, how he...
I was saying that could have been seen as manipulative, and it was as a famous story of Jayananda Prabhu, the famous Jayananda Prabhu, and how they used to have Harinam down by the wharf in San Francisco, I think it was. And at one stage, the fishermen, who were quite annoyed by the devotees being there, they were selling their fish. Every time, just before the devotees party came, they threw dirty fish water onto the path. And one particular devotee was getting very upset about this, and he wanted to kind of slug the poor fisherman. But Jayananda said, no. He said, let's bake some cookies. So the next day they took some cookies down, and Jayananda Prabhu went up to the fisherman and said, we've baked these cookies for you because we noticed just before we come, you kind of clean the path, and we want to thank you for that. So here, enjoy the cookies. And of course, the guys were really floored. And after that, they became friends, and they'd wave at the devotees. What could they do? So Jayananda wasn't a fool. He understood that it was an insult.
He skillfully
manipulated the situation so it would have a good outcome. And you could see if they had followed the one devotee that wanted to do something else, where they could have got. So communication in relationships is very much like that.
So if you are using, and we're really encouraging you, this is our 5-drop formula. If you're using, and we want you to use it, the 5th drop, which is nurturing greatness, small, like a honeybee, looking for little bits of nectar. When someone does something, don't miss it.
Yeah.
And think, disregard it. Or
it could be a turning point in your relationship, that one little thing that you energize.
And don't be afraid if you're not expert at it and it feels a bit mechanical, as my wife says, a bit cheesy. Oh, I'm saying this is really nice how you did this and it made me feel wonderful.
Or you might be thinking, well, that was nice, but I'm going to wait till that really lasts because, this could be just a flash in the pan kind of thing. So then you miss out too, because by not energizing that, you kind of let it go, and you might not get more of it.
So don't be afraid. It's not detrimental manipulation. It's beneficial manipulation, skillfully dealing with a set of circumstances in a way which is beneficial. So more on that in another video.
Okay, pour on that positive energy.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.